Hey boys, and welcome back to our video series. So this is the first one of our new set, and we're looking at parts of an angle. Okay, so just to get us some ideas, angles can come in all sorts of shapes. An angle is the measurement in degrees between two lines. Okay, and so the purpose of this is allows us to figure out if something's going to be really steep or quite flat. Very handy with stuff like building, shapes, engineering, a whole lot of creative things. Okay, so in today's video, we're just going to look at some of the basics. We're going to look at the parts of the angle and how we can reference the names of specific angles. Okay, so the first up, we've got three different parts we'll look at. So we have the ray / the arm. So just two names for the same thing. Okay, the ray / the arm is a line from 2 points. So if we look here on our first diagram, we have a ray or an arm which is AB. Okay, there's a little dot there which you may not be able to see, and there's one there, and that is a ray or an arm. So that is called AB because this point here is called A and this point here is called B. Now it's important to realize that on the end of each of our lines, there is an arrow referencing the fact that it can go on for infinity. So it keeps going on forever and ever. Okay, just in this case, we haven't drawn it because obviously I don't have forever and ever on my whiteboard. Okay, so just to remind you, the ray of the arm is a line between 2 points. Okay, so we could have AB, BC, CD, so on and so forth. Okay, next thing is the vertex. Now this here is our vertex. Okay, the vertex is a point when we've got an angle like this, with just the two lines, which is where it changes and goes in the other direction. So vertex is the fancy way of describing it is it's our turning point. It's the point in which we turn. So if we started at point A, we walked to B, and then went to C, the vertex is the bit where we decided to turn around, and instead of going in a straight line, we went in a different direction. So it is the vertex. Okay, and the last thing is here, this is the angle swept. Okay, the angle swept here, okay, this represents the angle at which we change. So the angle swept can be on the inside here, okay, which is quite a small one, or you could have it going around the outside, and that'd be quite a big one. So the angle swept tells us if we've made a really big turn in our direction, or a really big angle, or if we've got quite a small one. Okay, now with these angles, okay, we might be asked to give this angle a whole big name, okay, because we don't know how much it is. We're not measuring the angles quite yet. We're just looking at labeling them. Okay, we might be asked to give this a name, and if we were asked to give this a name, this angle would be called angle. So you do the angle sign, and then it would be angle A, B, C. Okay, because we went from point A to point B to point C. Really straightforward. Now, if we jump down to the bottom one, and it's a little bit more tricky, there's a little bit more stuff going on. Okay. So we've got C, D, E, F, and G. Okay. Now, in problems, they may say, can you figure out the angle that is represented by this dot? Okay, yeah, we can do that. So we think, and I always go alphabetically because it makes the most sense to me. Okay. If we're thinking about this angle in here, it's between the points C and E, and D is our turning point. Okay, so we'd call this, right color, we'd call this angle CDE. Okay, just the same here would be angle CDG. CDG. Here would be FDG. Okay, and here would be EDF. Okay, now as you can see, we haven't gone fully alphabetical because the D's in the middle. The reason the D stays in the middle is it reminds us of the fact that that is where the angle has turned. That is where we've changed the direction of the line. So hopefully this video helps you figure out how to label angles. We'll be getting some more into it and looking at some more complicated stuff, and then soon enough we'll be measuring them with actual numbers. Thanks for watching, boys. Catch you next time.